Okay, so I made some live videos just a little bit ago using a new software I've never used before called Lula TV, and I had TikTok and YouTube on there at the same time, and it stopped working after a while. By the way, I'm on my bike because kids are out of school, and you see, got sun in the background, and they took over the house, and I just got to get out of the house. So I strapped my camera bike, and here we go. I'm riding up and down the street. So I just did a nice long live show on TikTok, answering questions and just talking about land trade. Now I'm on YouTube, where I get a lot better questions and people from a good long time ago. Woli's on there from Nigeria. Hello, Woli. Thanks for logging in. I'm riding my bike, talking about land. And Woli, I got to give you some updates on Arkansas properties. Different Arkansas properties have been selling. I've been processing paperwork on those, and I'll get more paperwork going on those. You'll see more updates coming through on them. Just keep hammering on them. But yeah, the we got a lot of changes going on in the marketplace, and I think this could be a really good opportunity for the pawn business. Buying and selling land, doing cash bids. So I've been working on some mailers. I was up pretty late last night working on some mailers, and I've just been working on mailers and just get more offers out there, and just keep doing land deals, keep buying and selling land as fast as I can go. And so that's the idea. Shalom, is it possible to get a property with bad credit? Yeah, of course. I mean, you get property bad. I got cheap ones in Arkansas, for example. I'm going by some construction here. Yeah, I just sold the house. They're ripping off the front. It's like they're gonna put in some bigger windows. So, like, I got $500 properties in Arkansas. You could buy a $500 property in Arkansas with bad credit. I mean, you're trying to figure out one on terms. There's a bunch of properties on the website that are available with terms, like you could do a down payment and payments. But I mean, there's a lot of them that just go for cash. You just get one for cash. Credit doesn't matter. Most of the owner financing stuff, they don't check your credit anyway, because it's an asset-backed kind of deal. It's about the land. You stop paying, they keep the money and the land. But if you keep paying, you keep the land, and you get a shot at building assets. So yes, of course. See these comments going by here. TK Dawes says back. Yeah. Okay. So something happened with that other software. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's new. Trying to figure out how it works. But there might be some settings. Only get so much time per day. I paid to have like 50 hours a week or something with it, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the right account or something. Howdy. Hi, guys. Andrew W says, I sent money for the next round of mailers. Thank you, Andrew. I think I received it yesterday, the day before, and I was meaning to call you. The kids got kicked out of school, and I've been run over by the kids. Can't get them out of the house anymore. It's hard to get on the phone. So maybe I'll make a call from my bike or the street or something. And say thank you. But thank you. Thanks, Andrew. I'm working on mailers. I've got a mailer going right now that I'm really proud of. I've got 3 of them that are in the hopper that I'm really proud of. The data sets, do some polishing on the data sets to get them out the door. And I have a lot more capacity to process them now than I've ever had in the past. And I think that'll make it a lot easier to knock deals through. I raised money on a bunch of properties last week, the Andrews and old mailers. So hopefully, I didn't realize who was the financiers of those old mailers I was raising money on. I wanted to get updates out on that too. But like, we raised money on a bunch of different properties last week that are going through title. Some nice waterfront properties, some mobile homes, just a bunch of different properties from previous mailers that are a lot bigger dollar than I'm usually doing. I think will sell a lot faster, really hot markets, stupendously low prices compared to the markets. The guys that are involved in those ones and the mailers should make out really well. So what Andrew's talking about is I added a new part of the website that I've always wanted to add, but I've been too backlogged to ever do it in the past. And it's about mailers. So there's a part of the website, realvacantland.com, that's under the services tab. It says mailers, and you can sign up there for different mailers that I'm working on. You can put money in, and I'll share the profits on those deals with you based on which one you're putting money up for. People keep asking which one's my favorite. I think the generic is the easiest favorite. Man, it's a beautiful day out, guys. Ocean's just blue, clear. There's like a dolphin surfing the wave right there. Should show that on the camera. But so let me back to the generic ones. What I've been doing with the ones in the past is I've been layering them across multiple mailers. So I do these mailers and I split them up between a whole bunch of different people that paid for the mailers, and maybe one person gets 20 of them or 50 of them or 100 of them or something, but they get a bunch of different mailers. So like if they got a piece of the Wyoming mailer that I did that didn't turn out very well, kind of embarrassed of that mailer. The results are so poor. You know, it was one of a series of mailers, and the people that paid for the Wyoming mailer just got a little piece of it. And so the ones that go sour, just a little piece of it over across a bunch, I don't think is that bad. And the ones that go well, they get a little piece of that too. Hopefully that offsets it a bunch. And so I think those generic ones I set at, I think, a 50% payout after financing, after all the expenses. You know, the money that I would get back if I put up the money for the mailer, you'd keep half of that. And so you get to in the database and you see the updates going along the way, what's happening with the deal. And man, we got the sun right behind me, huh? Let's see if I can do something about that. I don't know. You're just gonna have a black face until I turn around. I'll just turn around. I'm going the wrong way on a one-way. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, so 50% of the profits. Some of the other ones I think are a bit artsier. I didn't put as much of a piece of the profits in there. You can see the descriptions of the mailers on the website. I'll try to talk more about that, keep you guys updated over time as it's going. Okay, so let's see if I can read these comments. Thank you, Andrew. TK, so I came across some money, wanted to buy more land in Cochise County, Arizona. When will you get more? It's a good question. So guys, I kind of got kicked between the legs on those Cochise properties. You know, I was splitting them up, buying properties like 40 acres and 20 acres and stuff, and splitting them up and selling the pieces. And the economics work out pretty well to do that generally. And Cochise County was one of the few counties left where you could, and I researched a whole bunch of counties, right? It was one of the few counties that were left where you could buy a chunk of land if you kept the zoning in mind, how many acres you could break it up into. You could write up a new legal description on that property and get it recorded, and you got a new property. So, and it makes more sense when you do it on the transfer. So when I transfer the property, I'd get the legal description recorded, and then that would be the transfer. So like a Thursday, I was calling the assessor's office and about whatever deal it was, and they said, yeah, you could do that today, but you can't do that tomorrow. What? Why? Because the law's changing tomorrow. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, we made up a new law. Can't do that anymore. Now you got to do this and that and everything else. And no. because I promised a bunch of people I sell them the land when they're done making the payments on the land. Um, I would deed it over to them, and then it would go into their name. So I bought land, big chunk of land, and then I sold it in pieces, which, you sell it for cash. It's like just deed it out to them. You sell it on terms. It's like, okay, I'll deed it to you when the terms are done being paid off. But they changed the law in the meantime. And so I went through like all the terms deals. I had like hours, right, to draw up the paperwork as fast as I could go and get them all settled before the law changed. And so I got them all into the recorder at like, half an hour or something before they closed. And it doesn't mean that they're going to record them. And they didn't record them. They didn't record them. And then they finally recorded them like a couple days later with like a timestamp on there that was before the law changed. Like, I think that recorder is helping me out. So it's like, thank you. But does the law change happen on the execution when I sign the deeds, or on the recording when I get it recorded? I would argue it's on the execution when I sign the deeds. I would argue it's on the transaction when I sold it to the person for terms in the first place. Like, the paperwork is just, later on in drag. But, that's, the assessor started policing that and getting more aggressive about saying, no, can't split this property without doing all the new dance that they made up. So I ended up refunding a lot of people, and buying out other, trading other, giving them other properties, or just trading my way out of it one way or another. And then, so it's been months and months and months of transaction after transaction, trying to settle that paperwork, seeing if I can get it through the office, seeing what is really recorded and mapped out and everything before the law and after the law, and what their version of before the law and after the law is versus my version of before the law and after the law. And yeah, it just turned out to be like me coughing out a lot of money, a lot of paperwork, and it's hit a sore spot for me in Cochise County. So I'm not like really gung-ho to go racing back into Cochise County on new transactions. I just want to make sure that all the old ones are totally settled out first. I mean, it would be nice to have some more Cochise properties I could trade with the last people that might ever show up on some of those old trades. But and for that reason, I should probably go back and get some more. But yeah, some of the, and then they changed zoning. They started changing zoning on some of them. Navajo did the same thing. Navajo changed zoning a lot more than Cochise. I shouldn't pick on Cochise for changing zoning. It's mostly Navajo I'm thinking about, a mix